Hey YouTube, Sneptorka here, back for, I guess not a reaction this time. Well, kind of. We're reacting to the revenue report for February 2025. I kind of missed last month, but I want to get back to it, and basically I'm just going to go through them, go through what I know of various games, and just kind of take a look at everything. This is like the Gacha PvP, I guess you could say. We're just going to start at the very bottom. I didn't see... What the heck? I didn't see anything right there. So we're just gonna... I'm looking at the scroll bar. This is the second time. Stop doing that. Okay. It seems that when I scroll to the bottom... Oh... Okay. I guess what we could do here is open this in a new tab, and then it's not gonna be able to do that bullshit. Okay, here we go. So, all right, let's just get started. So, Brown Dust 2 went down a little bit. I mean, if you guys have watched me play, I play Brown Dust 2. This isn't surprising. They finally got off of the anniversary banners, and they had some onsen banners, but they were like towards the beginning of January, if I remember correctly. So really, this is kind of the tail end of everything. And they had like Blade towards the end of the month, and she's kind of like she's cool, but she's kind of lukewarm. So I mean, I'm not surprised that it went down this much, because this is actually a significant drop for the game. But it won't surprise me if, like, you know, in a week or so they announce that the next characters are going to be, I don't know, bunnies. No, they already do that, like, at the half anniversary. If they do something else, you know, I don't know what theme they go with, but they could do something else, and then all of a sudden it'll just go straight back up. So I'm not really worried about Brown Dust 2. For what the game provides, this is a very healthy area for it to be in, and I'm glad that it's in this area. I do not know One Piece Treasure Cruise, Punishing Gray Raven, Langrisser. This is always a game I'm surprised did not do better. It's very old. So for this still to be doing this good, considering how old it is, I want to say this is like Fate Grand Order old. I mean, it's old. It's old. I mean, if I were to see like how old Langrisser Mobile is, I don't know. Let's see. Is it mobile? Is it called Langrisser Mobile? I think it is. 2019. So it's actually not as old as I thought it was. I honestly, I thought it was a lot longer. But considering that it's still doing good, it's pretty cool. Considering that there are new items on this list that haven't been on here very long, and they're already falling to the same level as it, if not about to fall below. Snowbreak Containment Zone dropping ever so slightly. I mean, I play Snowbreak, and trying to think, we just had like a marriage banner, which was huge, really strong unit. And before that was, I believe, swimsuits. So for it to stay the course, probably in pretty good shape. I mean, there was like Boo Boo in between, if I remember correctly. Oh no, the swimsuits were back earlier. Swimsuits, and then there was, I think in December we had Freedia, so it's kind of useless. But Boo Boo was a huge one, and then of course the Chen one, the marriage banner. So I'm not surprised that it stayed somewhat in the middle, especially since I think the Chen banner started before the month of February. So it's kind of an awkward time period when the very beginning of the banner starts before the month. So you miss that initial surge, and then the banner like lasts through the entire month. It's actually going to happen, I think, to some other games on here. So you have to account for that, and even with that, the game stayed pretty much the same. This is another game where this is a healthy number for it. Same thing with Brown Dust 2. Princess Connect Redive, I kind of wish it was still doing better, but... I mean, sorry, not doing better. I wish it was still in the US. It just sucks that it's not there anymore. Do Not Know Blue Lock. I wish these were separated by regions like it used to be, but I guess not anymore. Seven Deadly Sins. This is a huge drop-off. I don't play the game, so, you know, I'm wondering what's going on there. AFK Arena. You know, as you know, that there's other AFK games out there now that are becoming more popular. Honkai Impact 3rd is there. Bang Dream Girls Band Party. Kind of doing okay. I don't know if this is popular with males or females, to be honest. I don't know the difference between the two. Fire Emblem Heroes Global, they only put out either 3 million or 4 million. I'm pretty convinced that Nintendo just lies to its customers, to be honest. I don't think that they're honest. I mean, I still think this is healthy for Fire Emblem. They're doing just fine. It's just, I don't think we're ever going to get accurate numbers from Fire Emblem. Wizardry Variants Daphne, I have no clue what this is, so whatever. Azure Lane, dropping off heavily, not surprised. There was nothing. Once again, one of the events started towards the end of January, and that was the New Year's event, and then continuing, and they basically had nothing through January. Their event for the newest Ship Girls came out on like February. What is today? It is March 1st. It came out on the 27th, so only a day. And the UR event, even though it was Sardinia, which is the Italian ships, is not very popular. So I'm not surprised that it went way down. Plus, I mean, you have Azure Lane makes its money from skins, so it also depends on the skin quality. And I'm assuring you that most of the skins were bought in January and not in February. February was definitely a dud month. So this is not surprising, and I'm not too worried about this. Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, I don't know anything about it, but this is a pretty big drop-off, so I'm kind of curious as to what happened. Reverse 1999, another huge drop-off. This is one of those games that split between two different servers. I think Chinese just got off of a limited banner, which is like a big deal. So I don't know. Basically, I'm not sure as to how much of an impact that had, because, you know, usually people go big time for the limited banners. As far as the global side of things, we had Willow, and it's not really popular. So this drop off, considering that it no longer is a limited banner and Willow came out on the global side, I'm not too surprised. Bigger drop off than I would like, probably. But then again, I think this number right here is a lot higher than I would expect it to be, and that's because this is the global Anjo Nala numbers. So this isn't surprising that it got this high. But well, I mean, when you take into account, it should equal out a little bit. I'm not too worried about Reverse 1999. Lost Sword, I've actually wanted to try this, and it seems like it's growing, so that's going to be interesting. Memento Mori, staying the same. I always feel like it's kind of sketchy when you see just like flat numbers like this. Like, I don't think we're getting some accurate numbers out of it. Girls Frontline 2 Exilium, this is for everywhere. Who came out? Yuhi, I think, either just came out or is about to come out on the Chinese side of things, and that's going to be a huge uptick. So I think March is going to go through the roof, because also in March, I think we may be getting on the English side, we may be getting Kluklai. So this number is about to go way up, probably higher than this number here of 77 million. 7.7 million. So I think this is in a very healthy spot for the game. So this is pretty cool. Heaven Burns Red. Man, I have it on my tablet and I haven't gotten into it, and I kind of wish I did. So, but it's staying the course here. Not really losing much. Staying right where it is. Ensemble Stars. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know much about Ensemble Stars and why it dropped off so much. Beyond the World and Light Night, I believe, are both the girl-boyfriend simulator games. So, I don't know why they dropped off so much. You know, the boys, I don't know, maybe the hunks aren't good enough in them. AFK Journey, is this the old one or the new one? I think this is the new one. Huge drop off, and I don't know why. So, maybe we'll have to find out about that. But, I mean, that's, you know, 50% loss, so. Dragon Ball Legends, massive drop. I don't play Dragon Ball Legends, so I don't know what caused that, but nothing to worry about if you're a fan. Like, if you see a jump and then a huge drop off, you really shouldn't worry too much. Blue Archive just got off an anniversary banner, so this is to be expected for global. They had an anniversary banner. This does not surprise me at all. Miku Colorful Stage. I don't know much about it, so, but it looks like it's staying just the same. Idol Master. I wish we had one of the Idol Masters in the US, but I don't think they'll ever bring it over here. It's very much a Japanese game. So, huge drop off. Don't know what went on there, but as it is Japan only. We have Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I have a feeling that the card game are starting to get more and more popular. And I think this is a trend we probably will start to see more often than not. Summoner's War, man, just keep trucking along. Infinity Nikki. You know, I'm impressed that this still continues to just do well. It reminds me of Memento Mori, like a game that's just like beautiful, but you know, I mean, I haven't played Infinity Nikki, but you know, I personally find it hard to believe that just costumes is able to generate this much. But you know, maybe there's something I'm missing. So, like, it's different for something like Azure Lane where you like pay for a skin and you get it, but this is like rolling for costumes. To me, that sounds miserable. So, One Piece Bound and Rush, the same exact. This is just not possible. I feel like getting the exact same number. So I feel like we're missing data here. Nikkei, we came off of Rappy. Was it Rappy? No. What did we come off of? Yeah. We came off of Rappy because January into. So, yeah, like, this is predictable. This is very predictable. And I don't think the Ava collab will bring it back up. Like, it's still going to be like this. And it's probably going to float down maybe a little bit more and more until May, when we get our half anniversary units, and it'll spike up again. Nikkei's fine, doing healthy. Battle Cats, know nothing about it. Puzzles and Dragons, I know nothing about it. Arknights, I also know nothing about it, but I never played it that much, so, you know, that's kind of expected. 28 million down to 13 million for Wuthering Waves. As much as I love Phoebe, like, I just kind of, you know, it's kind of to be expected. As much as I love Phoebe, it's to be expected. She's just not as popular as Carlotta, and so that is gonna end up going down. Hey 60 TP, how you doing? Then we have Uma Musume. I'm still waiting for this to kind of come to the US. They mentioned that it was coming to the US. I wonder if they're gonna cancel it now. But it still continues to do well. This at one time was like the king. Like, it was just selling like mad by itself in Japan. crazy. So if it comes to the US, we'll see whether or not it retains that popularity, or if the US or the global stage is like, what's with this? Horse racing, like. So we'll see what happens. Cookie Run Kingdom, like when I see stuff like this, like Cookie Run and Puzzles and Dragons and Battle Cats, I don't understand who the audience is. It may be younger kids, and so then it's not, you know, us paying for it, it's parents paying for it. I don't know, but that's kind of my feelings on it. Fate Grand Order, I do not like Fate Grand Order. I don't know how they continue to make money, because their system is so terrible. It just drives me nuts. I want to scream sometimes. Zenless Zone Zero, losing not too much. Most of the last month was Evelyn, so I'm not surprised that it didn't get much. It was pretty much just Evelyn, because Astro Yao started in January, and it, you know, Evelyn's ass wasn't enough to match, you know, having a busted support in the game. So I think that probably will change with Silver Ambi. I could be wrong, but Ambi's a really popular character, and I love Ambi. I want to go for her, so I think it'll change around with that. Monster Strike, I know nothing about this. It's a Japan only game. If it comes to the US, great, but I don't know anything. So Genshin dropped from 100 million to 26 million. I mean, it's kind of expected. Like, did you expect it to not be like this? It went from one of the most hype, probably character batches ever in Mawika and Seatlali, and it ran the entire month of January, to Mizuki, and Mizuki is like, it's literally like one of the highest potentials of a patch for pulling, to one of the lowest potentials ever for the game. Like, they announced that it was going to be in the normal pool. The kit looks all over the place. We're talking about Mizuki here. So I'm not surprised. I'm actually here's what I'm surprised about. I'm surprised that this number isn't down to like 14 or 12 million. And man, considering I feel like Hoyoverse takes some of its money from other games and distributes it to the other games to make it seem like things are doing okay in their games. Like, I have no evidence of this, but that's kind of how I feel sometimes. Maybe that happened, but this doesn't surprise me. The drop-off doesn't surprise me. The only thing that surprises me is that the drop-off wasn't big enough. Like, it should have been bigger. Because Mizuki is probably the biggest trash I've ever seen. Whether it will recover next patch with the thick, chubby girl, I don't even know how to say it. Who knows? Eonson, and I can't even remember. I think it starts with a V. Whether that recovers it next patch, I don't know, but it probably will. But this, like, when you see this drop off and you're like, oh my gosh, Genshin Impact dropped so much off. It's to be expected when you look at what was released. So, I mean, I wouldn't worry too much. If you're a fan of Genshin, I wouldn't worry about it. But, I would expect the game to start doing less and less and less now. This 100 million was an aberration for the game in its current state. That's not to say it's still not going to always be in like the top 10, but this 100 million was kind of an aberration because of that Mawika and Seatlali banner that really pushed the limits of what we want. So yeah, the biggest surprise here is that it didn't go down further. So I expect, I mean, let's see if I'm right, but I expect next month when we get, man, are we even going to get a new character? I think we will, but it'll be like towards the end of the month. this will stay close to this number. Like, I don't think it's going to go much further than this number when March comes around. Naruto Mobile, know nothing about it because it's CN only. Honkai Star Rail only lost 4 million. Who did we get? We got... Gosh, I gotta think. Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Star Rail. Who did we freaking get? We're still in the first patch, right? We're still in the first patch. So Herta and Aglaya. Yeah. I mean, I like, and we had Tribby. And I guarantee you, I bet, I wouldn't be surprised if half of this number right here, 46 million, I wouldn't be surprised if half of it was Tribby, and that's only when Tribby came out, like, in the past week. So, like, the first 3 weeks of the month, I bet Honkai Star Rail did terrible. Like, pretty much everyone shot down Aglaya as a unit that you, like, couldn't use unless you had Sunday in your team. And so I think that's different. So definitely, I think Honkai Star Rail, it's just going to continue to do this. I think next month, I think we're still going to have, I think it may go down even further next month. I think next month you could see all 3 of these. In fact, Zenless Zone Zero might be the best, might be the top performer in March out of all 3 Hoyoverse games. Count on it, okay? That's my prediction. Zenless Zone Zero will be the best Hoyoverse game coming out of March. We'll see. But I think that's going to happen. And then, of course, things will flip around in April. But I think in March, it's going to be ZZZ's top performance. Dokkan Battle, I don't know any... Like, I know DBZ, but I don't know anything about Dokkan Battle. But this is... they must have had a huge event comes out, so that's pretty good. Thirsty Women, still hanging in strong with Love and Deep Space. You know, getting those husbandos. Along with the other ones down here. I don't even remember where they were. Light Night and Beyond the World. Those Chinese women are just rabid for these hot men. You know, go for it. But Love and Deep Space has entered the global market, so it's even more popular. And Pokemon TCG Pocket, man, I have a feeling that this is something that's going to get bigger and bigger, and then it's going to collapse. It's like Pokemon, oh, what's it called? It's like Pokemon Go when it first came out. Like, it's just going to be popular for a while, and then it's going to collapse. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. I'm not sure. But overall, most of this stuff's pretty predictable. Kind of expected. I think every game that is on this list is still in pretty healthy shape. I don't think any of the, downturns are really going to affect things. And we'll see what happens in March. So that's kind of my rundown of the Gacha revenue for the month of February. And hope this gave you some interesting insight. And, well, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Neptorka out. See you guys.